Hey, what's up, Hope City family? Glad you get to join me tonight at 7 at 7 on this Thursday night. My name is Adam. Nice to have you join us. Whether you go to our church or not, I'm glad you're here. So let's dive in. This past week, we had for 3 services, Scott and Ellen Kuhn, who gave 3 awesome services. Super blessed to be able to serve and be at all of those. So if they see this, thank you guys for coming. Let's talk about Sunday morning, y'all. It was really, really good. He talked about DNA. All 3 services, he gave a little bit of different subject matter for each one of those. But we're going to talk about Sunday morning. And the first thing that I want to talk about is what Scott Kuhn had brought up on Sunday night or Sunday morning. With he asked this question in the middle of his sermon. It says, "What's your world look like?" He's talking a lot about creation, right? And he asked what your world looks like. He says, is it full of darkness? Isn't it full of void, or does it look like the earth, the world that God created for Adam and Eve, right? Which is obviously full of life in the beautiful, perfect Garden of Eden. Okay, he goes on to say maybe we're supposed to create like God did, and God is not somebody who is. He uses a Star Wars reference, which I know Pastor John loved, but he said he's not the Force, right? It's not that may the Force be with you. God is something that can be experienced individually. God is an individuality. He knows specific needs for his children. He knows specific needs of the land, right? And that's why when he created perfectly, and he was able to create in only 6 days. Right? He knows exactly what we need. He is an individualistic God. God is he created specifically, right? Adam and Eve, he didn't just place them in a garden full of plants, right? He placed them in a garden full of live things. Yes, I'm sure there were plants, but with food and with fruit, right? And things they could eat, and other animals. And in Adam's sake, eventually another human that he could live life with and talk with and not go insane, right? And he could have interaction with another person, Eve, and they lived life together in this garden. And he didn't just place them in a random spot. He knew what they needed. He knew that they needed water. He knew that they needed sustenance. He knew that they needed interaction, right? They knew that they needed to be able to talk. Adam needed to be able to for somebody to talk to and somebody to help, right? Then Scott goes on to talk more about creation, and then he says that everything up until Genesis 1:26, right? That God has created up until that point. This is a really great line. That has been created in our likeness, which is duplication of kind. And then he goes and he says this. So everything he made up until that point, he made for everything he was about to reproduce. Okay, so that it would have his nature. Amen. That's so awesome, right? He made it for us. Right? The reason we have dominion is because God made it for us, right? He didn't make us for the world. He didn't make us for the earth, right? The earth would have probably stayed perfect without us, right? The earth would have been perfect without us. But he made all of this for us. That's why we have dominion, right? So that we could walk the earth and we could know that it was ours. And he made light, and he made food. He gave us food, and he gave us land. He gave us a land to walk on, and nowadays, so that we could build buildings and we could inhabit and live on this land. He did it all for us, right? So let's read Genesis 1, chapter 26 real quick. Then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." He said the key phrase is let them rule over, right? So we are to rule over these things. Nothing on this earth has dominion over you. Nothing on this earth has dominion over you. We have dominion over it because it was God given. He gave us this stuff so that we could live here and we could be in his likeness. We could operate in his nature, and we could go and we could do good on his land, right? And we could, of course, there was eventually the fall of man, right? But now we need other things, and we're made in his likeness so that others may know all about what he has done, and that they have dominion, right? Because we know and others need to know. Amen. I want to only talk about Sunday morning, but I'm going to bring up Monday night, and I know I'm almost to time, so just hang out if you're watching. He had us bring the dirt up on Monday night. He had us bring it to the altar, and that was to signify land that we were going to take, right? We're taking it back, right? There's nothing that has ever been on this earth. There was not a bag of dirt there that night that wasn't already ours. Amen. Right there was dirt that was there, and we were able to bring it because we have dominion over it. We have dominion over the land that God created. Right, there has been areas that we may have lost, and that may have been run over with evil and the pure wickedness. But there is not a single place that the gospel, that the power of God can't reach because it's too far gone. Right? Every single bag of dirt that was there, every single piece of land that you could ever see, we have dominion over, and I believe one day we will take it back. And I mean, I hope it happens before the trumpet sounds. Amen. I hope it happens before the second coming. But I truly and honestly believe that there's not a single place on this earth that we will not have taken back before that day, right? And we're seeing it in our city, we're seeing it in our direct neighborhood at Hope City Church, and we're seeing it directly, and we're seeing it happen, right? And we're getting to experience it firsthand, and I believe that it's only going to grow in mass numbers, in mass ways. And so that's really what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you have a blessed week. Come back and watch our 7 at 7 tomorrow. Hope to see you at church on Sunday morning. Love you guys. Be blessed.